Many have asked me for a reading guide for comics since they want to start reading and don't know where to begin. The first thing to do is to know where the comics come from, and that is Boom Studio. Although there are other comics from other companies, Boom Studio has been the one that has published the most Power Rangers comics, but it also publishes other themes. Another thing is that there is a dilemma as to whether these comics are part of the canon. Many say yes, and others say no. My opinion is that we should simply enjoy the stories and you decide if you want to see them as part of the canon or not. Personally, I see them as part of the canon, and so I enjoy this whole Power Rangers world more. Let's start with the guide, which is divided into series, and this list is the most important as it will help you get organized. Some of these series are intertwined with others, but the important thing is to know the names of each saga so you can understand which one you are going to read. The first one we have is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which goes from number 0 to number 55. Then, this name separates and becomes two series that complement each other. The first one is Mighty Morphin and the other one is Power Rangers. Both have 22 comics and belong to what they call Legacy, which is the number of the order they follow. This number starts at 56 since the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers comics end at 55. This Legacy number is so you know which one you are going to read first, and which one is next, since they are two different series with 22 comics each. Then, they are going to have the same numbers, except for the Legacy number. Let me give you an example. When Mighty Morphin Power Rangers ends at issue 55, then Mighty Morphin is going to start from issue 1. But Power Rangers is also going to start at issue 1. So, how are you going to know which one goes first? You're going to know by the Legacy issue, because Mighty Morphin starts at issue 56 and Power Rangers starts at issue 57. Then, these two sagas are going to intertwine. You're going to read a Mighty Morphin 1 and then a Power Rangers 1. This is the same thing we did with the Charge to 100 saga in the Death Ranger story. First, we read the Mighty Morphin comic, then a Power Rangers comic, then a Mighty Morphin comic, then a Power Rangers comic. At the end, both stories come together in one comic in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Part 2 series. And we have a great ending like the last video we uploaded of this saga. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Part 2 starts at number 100, the same number as the Legacy since the previous comic was Power Rangers number 22, but the Legacy number was 99. We must understand that this is not the final order since there are more series and other comics that complement the story. I will give you the order of all these series after finishing with the explanation of the sagas, but it is important that you learn this part. Another series, Go-Go Power Rangers, which goes from number 1 to number 32. This saga is going to be intertwined with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Part 1 series. There are other comics that have stories that complement and give you a good summary of some character. Some of these comics have several different stories, and that is why they are longer than the regular comics. These comics are published only a few times a year because they are special and are always more expensive. Let's start by mentioning Power Rangers Unlimited, one of my favorite comics that has several issues and are dedicated to tell the deepest stories of some characters like Phantom Ranger, the Death Ranger and others. Then, we have the Deluxe Edition, which was publishing only one comic each year, but in 2022 they published 3. We also have the Power Rangers Universe series, which only has 6 comics and deepens in the origin of the Phantom Ranger and the Emissaries. In the channel, we have the complete history of the Phantom Ranger, and it is a summary of these 6 comics, but if you want to know more details you should read the comics. Another series is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Annual Comics, which published one every year from 2016 to 2018. Only the 2018 comic is related to the main story of the comics, the other 2 are unrelated stories. We also have comics that are not part of any specific series, but many of them complement the main story. Some of these comics are the 25th anniversary, Draken, Ranger Slayer, and the Free Comic Book Day, which as the name says, is a free comic book that they release sometimes. There are other series that are part of the Power Rangers world but have nothing to do with the main story or simply do not contribute anything to that story, but they are sagas that might interest you. Here I leave the names in case you are interested in looking them up someday. Now let's get to the order in which you should read all the comics. Although I'm going to be passing all of this list here in the video, in the description, I'm going to leave a file with this entire list so you can save it and know where to start. This whole story starts from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, then intertwines with Saban's Go-Go Power Rangers. As I said earlier, some of the special comics like the deluxe edition comics are going to be on the list and you should read these comics in that order to better understand the story. Then, we have several special comics, then Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers are separated into 2 series that complement each other and you must read them in parallel. In the end, Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers merge and it is the second part of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series. All these comics have different sagas like the Death Ranger, the Shattered Grid, Eltarian War, Beyond the Grid, and many others, but you will be able to discover that while reading the comics and while you continue watching this channel. At the time of this video, the last comic published is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 104. If you like comics, like this video, and subscribe for more Power Rangers stories.